Good morning and welcome to this joyful spring yoga class. Let's start sitting down. Find a comfortable seat on your mat. Wriggle your buttocks flesh away. Roll the shoulders. Stretch up tall. Bring a little smile to your lips. And let your eyes close or look downcast. Feel the shape of your body, filling space. Feel the movement of your breath in and out of your belly, rib cage, and chest. If you like, we'll be doing diaphragmatic breathing. So you're pulling your lower belly in, breathing from your midriff right underneath your rib cage. So it's a nice energizing breath to go along with this beautiful energizing spring day. And let's start our class with some Om circles today. So we'll inhale up and exhale down. But with each breath, we'll do a syllable of Om. So it'll be Ah, first time, Om the second time, the third time, and Om the fourth time. Here we go. Deep breath, nice and slow. Inhale. Last one. And notice your breath and your body now. And perhaps you were aware that as we moved our hands down our body the last time, the sound actually traveled in that direction. So you felt the ah, om, So om grounds us from the top to the bottom, the sound of the universe. All right, so sitting up nice and tall. Let's do some little circles. And let's circle back the other way. An interesting fact, scientific research has been done on the mantra Om, and it has a different physiological effect on the body from any other sound. So Om is the sound that the universe makes when it vibrates. All vibration is sound. And by chanting Om, we are vibrating in tune with cosmic energy. How cool is that? Coming back to stillness and feeling yourself vibrating with cosmic energy. Let's continue cosmically. Let's make a little infinity sign with our nose. So I've shared this lovely quote with you before from Teilhard de Chardin. We are not physical beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience. Under that one. And let's reverse. And back to stillness. Inhale the shoulders up, press the head back. Let's open and close the jaw. And chew your cud. And chew the other way. And come to stillness, lengthen your neck, soften your shoulders. Let's bring our hands out in front and we'll make a fist and then spread our fingers wide. Squeeze and spread. Squeeze and spread. Squeeze and spread. And we'll do a nice, comprehensive practice here, warming up our eyes, our neck, our fingers, our arms, our shoulders, the whole thing. Here we go. Let's bring one thumb up with the finger softly curled, soft gaze at your thumb. Inhale, we'll open one finger at a time as we turn our head, looking out over our fingers with a soft gaze, big stretch, and come back to center. Bringing one finger in at a time, looking past your thumb, working on our peripheral vision and our distance vision, and that. Inhale the other thumb up, soft curled fingers. Plus we're working on our fingers, our hands, our shoulders, our neck, upper back and chest, little spinal twist. And slowly coming back, one finger at a time, and down. We're going to add to that. You can stay with the first variation. Sit up tall, draw your belly in. Moving slowly, soft gaze over your finger. This time when you reach back, press out through the heel of the hand to increase the stretch in your arm. Deep breaths. Bring your hand back and curl it back in, one finger at a time. We're also working our brains. A very comprehensive little process here. Shouldn't have called it little, right? It does so much. Reach back and then press the heel of your hand away. And then straighten your hand and come back in. Soft gaze over your thumb, looking out into the distance. And then you can stay with that, or we'll add one more. Inhale up, soft curl, look at your thumb. Slowly rotate, opening one finger to straight at a time. Press away with the heel of your hand. Turn your head in the opposite direction. Bow to your shoulder 3 times. We like these brain games, keeping us young. Look back at your hand, bring your arms straight, and curl your fingers in one at a time. And other arm. Inhale out. Slowly straighten your fingers. Twist around. Press the heel of your hand away. Turn your head in the opposite direction. Bow. With your breath, turn and look at your hand. Straighten. Bring your fingers back in one at a time. And down. Take a breath. Lift your belly, breathing from your diaphragm. Breathing in those lovely spring odors, fragrances, whichever. Let's work on our peripheral vision, bringing both fingers up, thumb up, shoulders down. Deep breath in. Let's look forward. So we're working on the peripheral vision part now. Opening one finger at a time, bringing the arms behind you, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Deep breath, press the heel of the hand away. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades, broadening the chest. And straighten the hands and come in one finger at a time. Gaze at your thumbs. Gaze as far away as you can see. Gaze at your thumbs. Look far away. Look at your thumbs. Look far away. Look at your thumbs. Look far away. And down. Let's bring one ear to our shoulder and walk our fingertips behind us, pressing gently into the floor. Relax the shoulder. Relax the head. Smile and breathe. Inhale out, ear to shoulder. Other side, pressing gently into the fingertips. And come back to center. Let's place the feet nice and wide. Grab your shins. We're going to rock back. And inhale, stretch up. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, stretch up. Continue at your own pace. Come to stillness, bring your hands to the floor behind you. Bring your legs to parallel. We'll do some reverse tabletops. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, lower. Draw the belly in. Bring the back of your thighs into your body. Strengthening our arms and hands, our legs. This one will hold. And if you like, pick up your right leg and cross your ankle over your knee into a figure 4 or pigeon, whatever you want to call it there. And release, come on down. Just got a cramp. All right, another side, inhale, lift, and either stay here and hold it, or bring the other heel across your knee and float your knee down. And again, when I'm saying stay here, feel free to come out if you're holding too long. And release, and come on back down. Give yourself a hug. Bring your hands to the floor behind you, lift your legs. Stay here, or reach out with your arms, or straighten your legs. And bring those legs in, give yourself another hug. Inhale up, widen your legs once again, and we'll open up the hips. Again, just because you're leaning on your hands, you can still use some core support here. Draw your lower belly in. Diaphragmatic breathing. And float your legs over to one side. Inhale tall and exhale twist. Looking over your shoulder. Come back to center, flip the legs. Inhale tall. Bring your hand across. Other hand on the floor to help you twist. And back to center. Let's stretch out our legs, coming into Tadasana. Belly up, shoulders down. Let's squeeze and spread the toes. And point and flex the ankles. As you're reaching out through your feet, can you also reach out through the top of your head? Circling the ankles. And circling the other way. And windshield wiper the legs. We're going to do some forward fold variations. Remember, you can stop anywhere along the continuum. Start by bringing the left heel in against the thigh, right toes up. Inhale tall and exhale over. Try to lengthen through the front of your body as much as through the back. Draw your belly in and scoop it towards your thigh. And inhale up. Next variation, if it works for you, I'm going to put the foot flat on the floor about a fist distance away from your knee. Inhale tall and exhale, come on over. You can also take the inside hand and wrap it around your leg to keep that leg from flopping out. Inhale up. Next variation, you notice we're working all different sides of our leg here. Bringing the knees towards each other and the top of your foot on the floor. Inhale tall, exhale lengthen. Inhale out. We're going to come back either to Shavasana or to half lotus, bringing your foot into the hip crease. Warning here, if you put your foot on the middle of your thigh, when you move forward, this muscle is going to engage and it's going to hurt. So if you can't get your foot in the crease, then stay with Shavasana or coming into half lotus. Inhale tall and exhale forward. Along with opening your hip, these poses should all give you a nice sense of stretch in your lower back. If you're only feeling it in your upper back, lift your chest a little bit and come forward from the lower back. Inhale up, shake the legs out. Notice the difference in the two hips. All right, let's go the other way. Starting with Shavasana, half forward fold. Inhale tall, exhale lengthen over, reaching with your chest. Draw your belly in and scoop towards your leg. Inhale up. Second variation, foot flat on the floor, about a fist distance from your knee. Inhale tall, exhale lengthen over your leg, push out through the toes. You can bring your hand around behind you and hug your leg in. Inhale up. Next variation, knee to knee, top of the foot on the floor. Draw your belly in, stretch up. Exhale, stretch over. Inhale out. Bring that leg back in, and then again, a second Shavasana, comparing it to the first one, or half lotus if your foot can hit the crease, not in the middle of your thigh. Inhale tall. Exhale. Inhale up. Release that leg. Get a nice stretch to your back, a nice opening to your hips. And come to stillness for just a moment. Find your staff pose. And supporting with your core, not with your shoulders. And you have a choice here to come into child pose or downward facing dog. If you're in down dog, your hands are slightly in front of your shoulders. Toes are turned over. Tailbone and head lift. And press back. If you're in child, you're on your knees, hips over heels. Taking some long, slow breaths in either of these poses. We're considering them the resting pose. This variation of down dog, just in stillness, is considered a resting pose because your head is below your heart. And so you're lowering your blood pressure and turning on your parasympathetic relaxation response. Drawing the belly in and breathing into your diaphragm. Lovely, deep diaphragmatic breathing. And whatever pose you've chosen, let's make our way into a forward fold. Bring the hands to the back, and let's just give our back a little love tap. Use your hands or the back of your hands, knocking your knuckles against your back. On the front of your fists, whatever works for you. Let's tap around the hips and the buttocks. And we'll slowly round up. Take your time. You were upside down for quite a while. Don't want to get dizzy. If you get dizzy, please sit down right away. Coming to Tadasana, mountain pose. I'd like to offer a new variation for those of you that have been practicing for a long time. We've been always doing mountain pose with our feet parallel and hip width apart. The wider base gives you better balance. More challenge is if you'd like to practice with your feet together. So anyone who wants to try doing mountain pose with the feet together, the heels may be a half an inch apart. Notice how your balance feels there. So taking your choice, let's do some half salutes. We'll do some variations, inhaling. And fold. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale over. Inhale all the way up. and down. Inhale. Feels different, doesn't it? Exhale over it. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale halfway up, press your hips back. Reach your arms up into awkward pose. You're squeezing your legs together if they're touching, drawing the belly in and up, lifting the chest, and bringing the shoulders down away from your ears. Squeezing your elbows towards each other and reaching your fingertips to the corner of the room. Look up past your hands. Inhale up, bring the palms together in steeple position. Deep breath in, lift your chest and arc back. And tall mountain and hands to heart. Let's do one last one. Inhale. Reach up. Swan dive over. Half lift. Exhale, fold. This time we'll inhale, one arm up. You may need to bend the opposite knee a bit. And down, straightening the legs a little bit. Bending the opposite knee a little bit as you stretch up. And down. Inhale, hips back, arms up overhead. Squeeze the elbows and knees. Bring the hands together, interlace them the weird way. The other thumb on top. Inhale, tall. Reach back. And Anjali Mudra. Feel your heartbeat. And down. Let's step out to a 5-pointed star. We'll do another little flow routine here. Starting in 5-pointed star, lift your toes, press your feet into the floor, relax those toes down nice and wide. Tuck your tailbone, draw your belly in. Inhale your shoulders up and relax them down. Bring your shoulder blades towards each other and broaden your chest. Reach out through your fingertips. Let's turn the toes to the right, turn the hips to the right. So we're going all the way around. Inhaling, again, you can do parallel or steeple or even goddess arms. Take a deep breath and press the knee forward into warrior one. And if it works for your balance, lift your chest, reach to the sky. Straighten your legs, reach forward or slide your hands down your leg. Come into a head to knee pose. Hands could be on your leg or the floor. And then either slide your hands back up your legs or return to your straight arm and come back to 5-pointed star. Toe heel, or quietly jump back to Tadasana. Step out the other way. Take a moment to explore on your own your 5-pointed star, all the cues I gave you last time, or your own awareness. And we'll rotate the toes to the left, hips and shoulders face front for a moment, and then we'll rotate the whole body. If you need to reposition your feet, you can. Bring your arms forward and up, either steeple pose with the opposite thumb in front, or parallel, or goddess. Float the front knee forward, looking forward or lifting the chest and looking up. Straighten the front leg and dive forward, or slide your hands down your leg. Front knee can be slightly bent if you need it to be. Either slide your hands back up the legs or come into steeple the weird way. And come back into goddess pose. Do our mudra, bringing the thumb and pointed finger together, 3 fingers extended. Take a breath, exhale the tailbone down, the elbows and the knees back. Make sure your legs are nice and wide so that when you shift your weight over to the right and straighten your left leg, this knee is not too far out over your toes. You'll feel it, it'll be too intense. Pick your toes up, left toes up off the floor. Come back to a nice wide goddess pose. Shift your weight over. And if you need to go wider, go for it. Pick your right toes up off the floor. Put the foot back down, come back into goddess. Inhale, 5-pointed star. And toe, heel, or jump back to Tadasana. Let's play with tree pose for a bit. Okay, so starting in Tadasana, let's shift our weight over, find our drishti. Let's bring our hands back in that mudra. You can feel like a flowering tree. And we're just going to start by all right, let's bring the foot back down. Bring my hands down for a moment. This time we're going to open the knee out to the side and bring it back. Toes on the floor. Knee out to the side. Bring it back. Keep stretching up through the top of the head. Pressing down through the standing leg. All right, you ready? Find your height. Make your flowering tree. And then shake it out. Come back to Tadasana. We'll start with just arms out or down. Okay, and down. Bring hands to hips. Come onto your toe. We'll rotate the knee out and back. And come to stillness. Find your height. Flowering tree. And down. Good job. Shake it out and come down onto your bellies. And crocodile pose for a few breaths. Mm. Mm. Taking in the benefits of what we've done so far. And when you're ready, we'll continue. Let's point the toes. Bring the head in line with the spine. Bring the elbows in. Slowly curl up, reaching from your toes to the top of your head. Elbows under shoulders. Slide those shoulders down your back. Bring your heart forward. Look up past your eyebrows. Now you can stay here or another little vinyasa. Inhale, lifting the elbows. Exhale, coming back down. As you lift the elbows, you should feel the curve in your back deepening. If you feel your shoulders coming up, stay with the first variation. And let's come on back down. Cheek to one side, palms up, heels out, surrender. Bring the head in line with the spine. Point the toes. Send your left arm out in front. Point your right toes towards the ceiling. Inhale, lift your head and chest. If you can, grab your ankle. Lift your hand and your knee, or imagine that you can. Make sure you're breathing. And release. And down. And change sides. Point your toes. Grab your ankle if you can. Inhale, reach your arm and leg off the floor. Nice full breaths into the points of stretch. and release, and back into crocodile pose. We're going to come into half frog. So come up into Sphinx again, legs parallel. And then we're going to slide one leg out at a right angle, pressing that hip into the floor. A nice, easy hip opener here. Pulling the floor towards you and lifting your heart. Look up past your eyebrows, but don't crunch your neck. Bring that leg back in. Do a little shimmy. Feel the openness in that hip crease. Come back to stillness. And we'll bring the other leg out at a right angle. Knee to heel. Pressing that hip joint down into the floor. Maintaining a nice Sphinx pose at the same time. And let's bring that leg back down and come back into crocodile pose. You might feel a release in your lower back here. Let's deepen that release by coming into child pose. The toes together, knees apart, tailbone reaching towards your heels, and hands either in front of you or behind you in egg. And let's prepare for pigeon pose. We'll inhale up into table and slide your right knee forward. You can sit on your heel, or you can send that leg behind you and then swing it forward with the heel in front of your opposite hip, so that your foot is in front of this hip and your leg is as close to parallel to the front of your mat as you can get it, and then slide back, lowering your hips to the floor. So whichever variation your body likes. If you need to pad yourself under this hip or under that side, and walk your shoulders back. So even if you're stiff and you're like this, don't be rounded. Think cobra, think Sphinx, what we've been doing the last few minutes. Lifting the chest, shoulders down. Looking up past your eyebrows. And then walk yourself forward. Either rest on your elbows or all the way down, whatever works for you. Inhale yourself back up, just enough. We're going to end with a spinal twist. So look at your knee. That same hand stays on the floor. The opposite hand is going to come by your knee, palm up. Stretch your supporting hand forward and slide through, looking towards your knee. Again, if this is too much, just stay in regular reclining pigeon. Walk your right hand in. Slowly come back up. And press back into child. Okay, not the most graceful exit. We'll work on it. When you're ready, inhale to table and either slide your foot forward and sit on your heel, or you can swing your foot back and then swing it through. You may need help with your hand, that's okay. Getting your knee as close to right angles as you can, and it may not be a right angle. Sliding back, dropping your hips as much as you can. And you may find you have to pad yourself, or you're okay. Walk your fingers back, shoulders down, belly lifted. Come into a nice proud pigeon. And then inhale yourself down into a reclining pigeon, maybe on your elbows. Maybe you want to support your forehead on your hands, or come all the way down and surrender. And inhale yourself up just enough that you can look down at your knee. That same hand is your supporting hand. The other hand, palm up by your knee, and slide through onto your shoulder. Walk your supporting hand up over your ear. Spinal twist. Long, slow breaths get you through this. Bring your hand back in. Slide your other hand back in. Bring your legs back to parallel. Press back into child. And when you're ready, roll over and come into Shavasana. And stay here as long as you like. When you're ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently bring your arms up overhead and cross your elbows. Just give yourself a gentle upper body stretch. And then move and stretch in whatever way feels good to you. And roll to one side. And come to a seated position. Namaste.